Yeah, that's a big lioness lying there. Really don't want to bump into her. Massive lions. These females are really intimidating, and we have to share the showers with them at the moment. Serengeti Show lifetime, and today we're heading east. We're on our way to Gold Koppies. Our camp is at Nabi Hill at the moment, and we're going to look for some cheetah and the great wildebeest migration. Stunning day and beautiful vistas and landscapes in Ngorongoro, just south of us, and yeah, let's go see what we can find. Okay guys, very interesting. We bumped into some secretary birds. Now they are normally in pairs, and they have these long legs and they eat snakes and lizards, so very handy to have around camp. And you can see they love nesting on fairly small acacias, trees here out here on the plain, right on top. And the one here on the left is collecting nest material. Very pretty bird, some orange in the face, and a very pretty kind of crest that blows in the wind. They normally take off into the wind, such large birds, snake and lizard eating. Long legs with scales over them, so they can really take a punch. Oh wow, look at there, there's a lioness in the background. You just keep on bumping into these lions. So many wildebeest and zebra around Nabi Hill that every space available has been taken up by lion. So that's partly why it's so hard to find the cheetah. It's just lion everywhere. There must be about 4 or 5 prides of lion all around us, with a couple of males in between. Let's go have a look at these. Looks like powerful lionesses. I don't see any sub-adults, so they are definitely out on a mission. When you see a group of only lionesses, all adults, probably all siblings are related. Let's see this lioness. She's on the move. I see a zeb. I see a giraffe not far from here. I don't know if she's heading that way, but oh, all happening. It's definitely on the move, and I see another 3 on the small bush on the left. So we're gonna follow her. She might. I can't see her taking the giraffe on her own, but she would probably entice her sisters to come. Maybe a baby, but she's definitely on a mission. Her ears are flat, so she is trying to conceal herself a little bit. Steady pace, so there's no rash movement. But she's not in full kind of stalking mode yet. She's keeping her head the same level as her shoulders, so she's trying not to break her silhouette. This seems to be a kind of safe distance. She's obviously not that used to vehicles, so what a way to start the day. It's incredible. Giraffe are such bad mothers in a way, you know, there's massive distance between the mom and the calf sometimes, and they're not the best communicators. But it looks like these are two adults. Yeah, she's stopping, having a look. Let's just have a look and see what she's up to. Strong lioness, not too many scars or injuries, so she's obviously well protected within her sisterhood or pride structure, so very good looking. Let's see what she does at this bush up ahead, if she's gonna take a break or use it for cover or just walk straight past it, and that will give us a bit of an indication of what she's up to. The secretary bird wants to be part of the show, it seems. Let's see if she comes out with. She gave the secretary bird a little bit of a growl there, so she's obviously not happy with the bird being close to her. So just want to give her some space, not to interfere with anything, and see if she would go into full-on stalk mode. She's walking quite low down, but not 100% concealing herself. Tail whipping. One of the sisters would follow, or at the moment she's walking straight to our camp. That's where they've been living with us all this time. Now we know that there are 4 at least. 2 of them have cubs. And it looks like they came out hunting overnight, but they weren't successful, so let's see. So she's walking straight towards those giraffe, but I can't see her taking on a giraffe on her own. It's just too much for her. Can't see her sisters following either, so I think she's just going from A to B. Maybe she has. It doesn't look like she's the one with cubs, so it's not like she's got to do some motherly duties. Not really stalking either, so I'm sure she must be hungry. Okay guys, it looks like she's found a bush to relax in, and the giraffe are right here. They've obviously noticed her, or she might be going back to the rock where They seem to have been hanging out. Let's see if she's getting out the other side or if she's settled. But we're going to go and have a look at those three anyway. How quickly they can disappear. You wouldn't think that there's a lion in this bush. We'll be walking. Casual stroll and just lions everywhere. Gone. Let's go and have a look what the sisters are up to. If I'm following or... There's a glimpse of her. Lying deep in the bush, looking at us, but we'll leave her in peace. How's it, guys? Camp life. Today we're going to show you how to work a high lift jack, one of the handiest things in the bush. And then while we're at it, we're just going to show you how to change a tire. Now, a lot of people are scared of this thing, but a high lift jack is really handy to be able to lift your car up in really muddy conditions. You can't always get underneath your vehicle with a small jack to jack your car up, so in the bush you can't live with either a high lift jack or a Simba jack.
Yeah, Simba jack.
So we are here to show you that you don't have to be scared of this thing. A lot of people do get injured, but it is quite a simple mechanism. It works on the principle of two pins. So the one pin carries the weight while the other pin moves and follows it, whether it goes up and down. So these two pins alternate and it goes through these holes either up or down. So this lever here, you select whether you want to jack something or lower something or lift something up. At the moment it's set on down. At the moment you can see both these pins are fairly out. So none of the pins are going into the hole, and the reason why we have it on that setting is so that you can just lift up the jack to the height that you require, and then we go from there. Alright, Zeba and I, we've been stuck a lot. a lot.
Especially at Macau.
Especially at Macau,
Yeah.
where we wanted to even throw this jack into the bush, but luckily we didn't. Okay guys, so what you do need for a high lift jack is a jacking point. So cars are not cars don't come from the factory with a jacking point. So this bull bar has a jacking point on each side, and then at the back of the vehicle there are more jacking points. Very important that your high lift jack has to be on a solid base. If it's muddy, you can pack rocks. You can even jack off your spare tire or anything like that, but for now, where we are at the moment, things seems to be okay. So those two pins are not engaged into any of the holes. That means you can just lift it up, get in there, and then you push up this lever. That'll engage one of the pins. So now we are pretty much ready to jack. When you change the tire, the vehicle has to be in gear so it doesn't run away from you. You can't always use the handbrake because the handbrake jams the brakes. So, but we've got some rocks at the tires. That's always handy. And if you really want to take any precaution, you put a spare wheel down. So if the car does fall down, it doesn't fall all the way to the ground when your tire is off, and it will fall onto your spare tire. Okay, so very important. You do need a little bit of power, but you will hear a click. There, you heard the click. The click is when the next pin is engaging, and then you take it all the way up and you make sure that the next one is there, and so you continue. It is very important that if there's a lot of tension on a high lift jack, that you don't stand over this handle, because if this handle flips up or you lose control of the handle, and that's where most accident happens, that this handle then will hit your face or your jaw or something, which is not great. So always take care with that. Make sure that your high lift jack has got some lubricant, in this case grease, on it, so it can really easy to work. And you have to push it down until you hear the click, and up again. I'm getting older these days.
I can see you need some help.
Some help. Alright, so that tire is off the ground. This is now normally, especially if you are in a tricky situation where you can put a spare tire underneath, so either on the axle housing, so if the car falls off the jack, it will fall on the tire and not on the actual. So we have to loosen them a bit before. So some funky things, you can either turn this, just let go of your foot, or you can turn the tire if you want to. Depends on what you feel like. So then you can take your tire off, check your brakes, things anyway. This is a Land Cruiser, so everything is fine. And then you can just put it back up again. Now to drop the car again is you just adjust your lever to the bottom, up. You bring your lever all the way down to take pressure off one of the pins. So the weight is on the bottom pin, so you just want to release the top one. Now the weight is on the top pin, and you'll see the bottom one move to the next hole. The weight is on the bottom pin, and the top one will follow again. Okay, I'm going to have a cloth because there's always grease involved. And don't forget now that there's weight on the wheel. You can now tighten all the nuts properly. So that's how you use a high lift jack, and that's how you change a tire in the bush with a whole lot of effort. Thanks guys.
Bye.
Okay guys, so we're back to the original sighting where these ladies have been relaxing behind the bush. Wow, the one in front of us is, you can see how much experience she has here out here on the plains. Worn ears a bit, and not really fazed by anything. Sure, they are a formidable force. And the secretary bird nesting on the small acacia, collecting nesting material at the moment. It doesn't look like they were successful last night with hunting. With so many lions around there, space where they can safely hunt is fairly limited, so they don't want to have confrontation with anything else, especially with the amount of males there are around. Okay, I'm going to just drive around them one more time so you can see the other two, and then we'll leave them here. Perhaps we stop with them on the way back. I think they would have moved back to the rock close to where I came by then, but These are the ladies that we share camp with. Yeah, that's a big lioness lying there. Really don't want to bump into her. Okay, enjoy your morning nap. Massive lions. These females are really intimidating, and we have to share the showers with them at the moment. Okay, so hopefully we can find a little piece of the Serengeti where there are no lions and look for some cheetah. Okay guys, migration update time, and we bumped into a very nice herd just north of Nabi, and it looks like all the herds are slowly moving towards the west. But yesterday we came from Lamutu side and Golkopi side, and there's still lots and lots and lots of wildebeest on that side. Stunning to see them. There's already some mating, early mating going on. I don't know what's that, maybe a little bit eager. So these guys have been pinned down here for a while, so they might be pinned down by predators, or they're just very comfortable. Amazing to see. One or two zebra in between. Just surrounded by wildebeest. Here on the left it's just packed and packed and packed. Maybe I'll get a shot with a 5D just of the horns. Okay guys, we're about an hour north of Nabi on the eastern plains, the edge of the eastern plains, so almost at the beginning of the Nanyuki River. And this is the start of the catchment area, and just a dazzle of zebra. With some Cox hartebeest in between and one or two wildebeest. Huge herds just over the hill, but wow. So nice to just see these zebra. Now there are a couple of things about zebra that people always ask. The first is, are they white with black stripes or black with white stripes? Maybe you can leave us a comment on what you think, and tell us your thoughts. It's definitely either of the two. Zebra have lots of social behavior within these stallions and mares and little ones. There's a lot of conflict between the stallions, of course. They always seem to kind of try and bite each other. The base of the hooves or the ankles. Love taking dust baths rolling in the volcanic ash soil, where these guys are fairly groomed. Sometimes they lean with their heads on each other's backs, and there's a few theories about that. Protection, wind flow, resting, social bonding, probably all of those. And now you can see why it's a dazzle of zebra. There's a lot of discussion about why are they striped, why are they so... Here's one taking a roll in the dust. And there's a few opinions, but one is definitely, remember that predators see blackened, see kind of grey, they don't see colour. So if you have 20 zebra running really fast and moving, I've seen sometimes that it does confuse a lion which one to pick, which one to isolate. So it's a bit of a protection. Some say it's cooling down, a little bit of airflow between the black and the white. You never see a skinny zebra, and it's because they've got incredible digestive systems. Very alert. And if we can pick out a small little zebra, and if you see that there's one standing next to his mother, that the legs are almost the same length, and that really helps for protection, again, against predators. It's very hard for a lion to see the little baby right next to its mother if the legs are almost the same length. I guess it also gets them to drink milk from their mothers before they start on grass and solids for a bit longer. It's hard to reach the bottom if your legs are so long. It's a bit like horses. Have you seen newborn horses also have these long legs, almost out of proportion? Very peaceful out here on the plains. Okay guys, we're gonna go and look for those cheetah some more. Yeah, they're giving us a hard time. But luckily along the way there's so much beauty all around us. Let's go have a look. Hi there guys, welcome to Kids Corner. And if you look here next to me, you would wonder, what is this? It looks like a big pile of dirt. This is a termite mound, or what used to be a termite mound. I'm not so sure if it's still alive, but it looks pretty empty to me. So you get two types of termites, but thousands and thousands of species of termites. You get termites that eat wood. This is the termites that maybe would eat the wood in your house, and then you have to replace those. Or you get termites that harvest or gather grass, and they then take it down into the termite mound, and onto that grass grows fungi. So those termites eat the fungi, not the actual grass. That's why it's very important for the termites to control the temperature and the humidity inside the termite mound. That's why they have these pipes that they close up or open up depending on the pressure, atmospheric pressure, and the moisture in the air, whether there's rain coming or not, because that fungi will only grow if it's 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. So without termites, Guys, the whole world will just have lots and lots of things piled onto it, and I'm not sure that we will still be here. So termites is a keystone species. Without termites, none of us will be here. A termite mound is also the start of a living space for many things. So in these holes there would be snakes, first of all, that come and sleep here and stay really nice and warm. After that, it would be warthog, or a big hole will be formed by an aardvark that eat termites. So a termite mound is very important for the ecosystem. At the end, after it's been lived in by many animals, because it's very fertile soil that's been dragged into the termite mound, animals will come and graze the nice grass around the termite mound, and then eventually it will become a wallow. That's where things roll in the mud, and it makes a little depression, an elephant come and roll and things like that. Can you believe it? All of that in a termite mound. Okay guys, really exciting. We finally bumped into the cheetah we were looking for a few days now, and huge herd of wildebeest on top of the hill, and then there was this big open area, and we thought let's have a look there. And he is very relaxed on the termite mound, or she I would say. Let's see, normally when cheetah are solitary they are female, they're one or two together. But you know, looking very relaxed. You know, cheetah hunt during the day, so she will definitely have to eat something today. Very nice elevation on the termite mound, and let's just see how relaxed this one is. Very pretty spots, different from leopard spots. Leopard is more like a kiss. See the long tail for balance, and very long ankle for more drive. That's very pretty. You know, that's the Serengeti Plains for you. You always get rewarded with cheetah, and we're going to stick with her for a little while. She's definitely going to hunt something today, so I guess this is going to be our afternoon.